In this video, we will talk about how to divide two square roots. So here's the rule. If we have the square root of a divided by the square root of b, where a and b are just two numbers, we can rewrite this as the square root of a divided by b. So let's check out a few examples of how to use this formula. Let's say we have the square root of 10 divided by the square root of 30. According to this formula, it says we can actually rewrite this as the square root of 10 divided by 30. So we'll notice that 10 divided by 30, that can be reduced to 1/3. So we can really write this as the square root of 1/3. And once we have it like this, we can take the square root of the numerator and the denominator individually. So we can write it as the square root of 1 divided by the square root of 3. So the square root of 1 is just 1. And then we have the square root of 3 in the denominator. So usually we like to rationalize the denominator, which means we want to get rid of this radical sign in the denominator. So the way we do that is just multiply the numerator and the denominator by that value. So multiply both the numerator and denominator by the square root of 3. So we end up with, in the numerator we have the square root of 3, and in the denominator we have the square root of 3 times the square root of 3, which is just 3. So this is our final answer. This is as much as we can simplify this original expression. All right, let's try another example. Let's say we have the square root of 20 divided by the square root of 5. Well, remember, according to this rule, it says we can actually write this as the square root of 20 divided by 5. So 20 divided by 5, that's just 4. So this is really the square root of 4, and the square root of 4 is just 2. So our final answer here is 2. All right, let's try another one. Let's say we have the square root of 100 divided by the square root of 2. We could go through this process of writing this as the square root of 100 divided by 2 and going from there. But if you happen to know directly what the square root of 100 is, you can just write that, and that's probably a little bit quicker. So the square root of 100 is 10. So we really have 10 divided by the square root of 2. And now remember, we like to rationalize the denominator, so get rid of this radical sign. So we can multiply the numerator and denominator by the square root of 2. So we get 10 root 2 over the square root of 2 times the square root of 2 is just 2. And now from here, 10 divided by 2, that's just 5. So we could write 5 root 2 as our final answer. All right, let's try this example. Let's say we have 6 times the square root of 5 divided by the square root of 20. So this one's a little different because we have this 6 out front. But all we have to do is just pull it out front and say 6 times, remember the trick, 5 divided by 20. So we'll say the square root of 5 divided by 20. So 5 divided by 20, that can be reduced to 1/4. So this is really 6 times 1/4, the square root of 1/4. And we can take the square root of both the numerator and denominator individually. So we get 6 times the square root of 1 and the square root of 4. So the square root of 1 is just 1. So we get 6 times 1 over the square root of 4 is just 2. So we get 2. So we have 6 times 1/2, or another way of saying that is 6 divided by 2, which is just 3. So that's our final answer.